It was a very emotional day in court. Gardner did express remorse for what happened, but he also told the judge that he wasn't the one who stabbed and killed Shakur. I spoke with the pilot earlier who told me he was flying when his engine failed, and that's when his years of training kicked in. Jury trial was actually scheduled to begin today, but instead the defense offered a plea deal. Prosecutors told me the deal happened pretty quickly just this morning. The race is definitely getting heated, especially between incumbent Bill Schuster and newcomer Art Halverson. The two have been exchanging several jabs at each other within the past few weeks, and so tonight should be pretty interesting with all three candidates in the same room facing off in the debate. Actually started drizzling just a few moments ago here in Crescent Town, and let me tell you, rain is the last thing people in this area want to see right now. Cindy's 84-year-old mother was sleeping in this bed just inches away from where the tree came down, and when the roof fell through, Cindy was all the way on the other side of the home with no quick way to get to her mom, who suffers from dementia. Perhaps the most emotional moment was right before Judge Van Horn read the sentence. The room fell completely silent, and all you could hear was Billy struggling to breathe because of the injuries Michelle Hunter gave him 3 years ago. The judge is allowing the sentences for both of Usher's crimes to be served at the same time. That means he's really only going to be serving 28 years for the crimes he committed. But this year they're saying that number could be even lower based on what they've seen so far today. He's one of the people that helped the pilot to safety once the plane landed. Can you tell me when you heard about the plane incident? What's the status on power in other parts of the four-state region, maybe West Virginia, Berkeley County, Jefferson County, those areas? Moving now to Frederick, Maryland, where a fire in Brunswick has left 6 families without a home. Outside this home on South Park Avenue, there's a trampoline and a toy slide, a seemingly kid-friendly environment. But what allegedly happened inside paints a very different picture. Police say over the course of 3 weekends in May, 33-year-old Lisa Smith had sexual contact with at least 4 juveniles during parties she hosted at her home.
You could always hear them and you knew where it was coming from. I'm really shocked. I never dreamed anything like that would happen.
Court documents show that on May 18th and 25th, Smith allegedly provided alcohol to a 15 and 16-year-old and then had sexual contact with them. The teens told police the same thing happened when they returned to the house a 3rd time on May 31st. But this time, 2 other 16-year-olds and an 18-year-old were also there. They allege all 5 males had sexual contact with Smith that day. Rumors about what happened at Smith's parties started going around the victim's high school, and when a school resource officer eventually caught wind of those allegations, he reported them to authorities. After a 6-week investigation, charges were filed.
By giving alcohol to minors, just like an adult, you lower their will.
Smith was brought in for questioning, and in this room she admitted she had provided liquor to minors. But when asked about her sexual relations with them, she said, quote, "I remembered getting real drunk and passing out, and they must have had sex with me." Although nothing has been proven in court yet, the explosive allegations have rocked the small community of Mercersburg.
I want my baby. I want him home.
Mark Mayo's family says he didn't die in vain. He died a hero.
He chose to be a military police, and he served it proudly. Yes, he did.
Mark was kind. Mark wasn't judgmental. Mark didn't judge people. Mark was good-hearted.
Yes. His mother, Sharon, says Mark knew all his life he wanted to be in law enforcement, playing cops and robbers with his 3 older siblings from a young age. Although his family says they're proud of Mark for his heroic actions, they're still dealing with the shock of losing the baby of their family.
I always felt that he was safe on a military base. Always felt that he'd be protected. And it ain't making no sense. None of it. I'm just trying to grasp what happened, how and why. There's still so many unanswered questions.
Sharon says the pain of losing her son is unbearable, but when the pain gets too hard, she'll remember to sing his favorite song, "I Believe I Can Fly."
Mark believed that he could touch the sky. He thought about it every night and day. And now he spread his wings and he fly away.
At least twice a day, every day, this is the sound that fills the area's household.
It's a nebulizer and vibrating vest used to treat 7-year-old Ashley's cystic fibrosis, a life-threatening genetic disease that causes mucus to build up in the lungs and digestive system. Most people with the disorder don't live past 40, a harsh reality for Ashley's parents.
As a mom, we're supposed to fix everything, and this is something I can't fix, and that's hard.
Besides the nebulizer, taking pills has become a routine part of Ashley's day.
It's really hard because you have to take medicine all the time.
For her mother, Laura, Ashley's experience with cystic fibrosis is like deja vu. Her sister-in-law died 7 years ago from the same disease. She was only 22 years old.
Losing someone that young, that had her whole life ahead of her, it's hard. It's hard. You know, she had dreams.
Ashley's diagnosis brought back painful memories for Laura, and when her son was born a year ago, she received even more crushing news.
Jacob may only be almost 1, but he's been through so much in 1 year.
Jacob also has cystic fibrosis.
Maybe I will outlive my kids, and that's a hard thing to face. You know, no parent should lose a child.
But despite the hardships cystic fibrosis has brought to Laura's family, they're not giving up without a fight. They've helped raise money for the Cystic Fibrosis Foundation and are hoping a cure is in sight.
But my dream, I think, is any parent's dream. I just want them to be happy, healthy.
As for Ashley, she wants the world to know that cystic fibrosis won't be stopping her anytime soon.
I'm a normal kid just like everyone else.
In Hagerstown, Rose Lee, WHAG News.
We have breaking news out of Jefferson County, where fire and rescue crews are responding to a house fire in Shepherdstown. A Texas attorney has sued General Motors on behalf of nearly 700 people for crashes linked to faulty ignition switches. The 2 people who were severely injured in a motorcycle accident yesterday in Green Township have been identified. And although things are looking a little bit better on the roads right now, thousands of people in the region are still left without power. I always ask myself, you know, when will it be the year? And we have RG3 here, who knows, but...
A new coach, we'll see what happens.
Stay positive, right?